was the title track that stirred up a lot, man, from activities that happened between me and a good friend on one of his cruises. And we faced, some call it a battle, some call it a competition, but I got a fun fact for you. It never was a competition, it never was a battle. It was just two good friends up there having a conversation. Me and Joe have been buddies for over 25 years. Long time. And here's another fun fact that a lot of people may not know. Joe Bonamasso opened up for me. It's a true story. In 1994, Huntsville, Alabama. He was in a band called Bloodline at the time. And I was on tour with the original Eric Gales band. And they opened up for me. That's how far me and Joe go back. Known each other that long. His career went one way. I made some very screwed up decisions in life that caused me to almost kill myself 5 or 6 different times. Over 25 years later, we rekindled. And I don't mean like rekindled, like he's always been a friend of mine, but I was so toxic, and I was so, like, it wasn't good to be around me. That people had to distance themselves, and I understand now, after being in the fire, how was it seeming to me that I couldn't get nobody to help me? And there were people trying to help me, I just wouldn't let them. So, came around and Joe said to me, you know, this trajectory has been happening for a few years, and I've been watching. I've always been watching. And I just prayed every night for my friend that you didn't die in the process. And here I stand. But with that being said, one moment, I'm sorry. With that being said, Joe looked at me and said, yo, once I asked him to produce the record, and yes, the deal was sealed for 2 Diet Cokes. I said, how much would you charge me to produce my next album? He said, my prices are not cheap. He said, I require only 2 Diet Cokes. And I said, deal. And that's how this whole thing is. Right there, she was sat there with the whole meeting. She saw the whole thing. We shook hands on it. We was on the boat, and we were having a conversation. It was sweet. We were chatting and this and that. And after we sealed the deal, we went back to our suite, and I couldn't go in that fucking mini bar fast enough and get 2 Diet Cokes, and I went back to the door, and I said, "Here." I sealed the deal. Yeah, man, I love that dude too, man. That's my buddy. He looked at me and he said, yo, man, I'm going to do everything within my power to help you get your crown because you deserve it. You worked hard. You've been out there fighting a good fight, man. And I've seen you. And I saw everything that you've been through. I've seen all the effort that you've been putting in since 1991. And I'm here to help you in the way that I can. And that's a sign of a good friend. And that's a good buddy of mine. There was a picture, and I'm going to play the song after this. There was a picture while we were recording the record that was of, I don't know if it was on Facebook in a magazine or something like that, and it was a picture of a 2-3-year-old black kid and about the same age-year-old white kid. And they were both sitting together, almost naked, like really, like little kids are. Sitting together playing in a sandbox. And I looked at my wife and I said, babe, that could have easily been me and Joe Bonamasso. Mind you, this was amid the pandemic and all of this racial heavy tension. This is when we recorded this record. This is when all of that was happening. So there was a huge mission behind this record way before you guys knew what the mission was. And it was the possibility of a black and a white person coming together when it was such a divide, and it still is. And it's a shame. It's a shame. I look into this audience and I don't see nothing but one thing, and that's a human race. Now, a human race is even further than me recognizing whether you're a man or a woman. I see a human race. And I'm about to say something that I'm going to stand firm on. You can quote me on it. You can call your mama and tell them that I said it. This is a fact. It is a fact what I'm about to tell you.
Play it, please.
If you don't view the visual sight in this room of being one thing, and that's a human race, if your mindset is not that way, then you are the problem. sound like when we came up in church, and I want y'all to check this out. Watch this. Check this out. Watch what it sounds.